So, have you ever imagined opening your bank account to find an unexpected deposit? Money you weren't counting on that didn't come from your salary or a side job. It just appeared out of thin air. This isn't just luck. It's not a miracle. It is the application of quantum physics to your financial life. Today, I am going to show you the simple step-by-step process to activate the prosperity frequency and begin attracting unexpected money into your reality. Stay with me until the end, because the final step is the one that will most accelerate your results. Now, pause for a moment and consider. How many times have you caught yourself believing that money only comes through struggle, sweat, and daily effort? How often have you looked at your life and felt that prosperity was always just out of reach, like a prize only a select few could win? What if I told you there's a hidden key within you that can completely shift this perception and open the doors for the unexpected to become your new normal? The profound truth is that we are all connected to frequencies. Every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold sends a signal to the universe, and the universe responds according to the strength of that signal. If you vibrate in scarcity, what you attract is more lack. If you vibrate in abundance, you begin to draw more abundance to you. It sounds simple, yet most people have never learned how to tune their minds to receive what they truly desire. This is precisely where the teachings of Joe Dispenza on reprogramming the mind come into play. He explains that it's not physical effort that creates our reality, but the internal state we cultivate day after day. You can work incredibly hard, but if deep down you believe that money is scarce or difficult to obtain, your mind creates invisible barriers that block any flow of prosperity. However, if you learn to activate the prosperity frequency, money starts to appear in ways you cannot predict. Sometimes it's a late payment that suddenly shows up, an unforeseen opportunity, a gift, or even a sum of money that materializes from the least expected source. I know it might sound strange, even impossible, but it isn't. Just look at your own life. Has something good ever come to you when you weren't expecting it? A chance encounter? An opportunity? An offer? This is proof that the quantum field is always responding. The real question is, are you ready to learn how to direct this field to bring you financial abundance? As you listen to this, notice how your body is reacting to these words. There's likely a mix of curiosity, hope, and perhaps even some skepticism inside you. And that's perfectly natural. But what I need you to understand is that this skepticism is what keeps scarcity alive in your life. When you doubt, you block the flow. When you allow yourself to believe, you create space for it to enter. Imagine for a few seconds what it would feel like to live in a state where money flows to you effortlessly, where you don't have to worry about how it will come, because you simply know that it will. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the freedom of looking at your bank account without fear, without anxiety, but with pure gratitude. This feeling is what creates the reality you wish for. In this video, I will show you how to sustain this frequency so that the universe has no choice but to respond. And since we're on the topic of transforming your financial life from the inside out, I want to invite you to take an even deeper step on this journey. I have prepared exclusive material that can expand your mind and help you apply this practice daily. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If you are truly ready to unlock your abundance, click on it and discover what's waiting for you. This could be the turning point you've been waiting for so long. But remember, every part of this video is connected, like pieces of a puzzle. Only when you see them all together will you understand how the entire process works. And I guarantee you, the final revelation is the most powerful of all. It's what will make you realize that unexpected money isn't luck. It's the result of a mind aligned with the infinite field of prosperity. So go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, because what you're about to discover here can change not only your financial life, but also the way you understand the power that exists within you. Have you ever noticed how most people live trapped in an invisible cycle, repeating the same patterns, the same difficulties, and the same results, year after year? It's as if a hidden force is holding them in the same place. They want prosperity, they desire abundance, but they remain stuck in a frequency of scarcity that constantly repeats the same old story. The question is, what sustains this cycle? The answer is simple, yet powerful: our thoughts and emotions. The quantum field, that invisible dimension where all possibilities already exist, doesn't respond to what you say you want, but to what you vibrate. You can affirm 1,000 times, "I want prosperity," but if inside you there is fear, doubt, and a sense of lack, that is what the universe registers. It's like trying to listen to a radio station but tuning the dial to the wrong frequency. The music that plays isn't the one you desire, it's the one you're tuned into. And here is the major turning point. To attract unexpected money, you must learn to change the frequency of your mind and your heart. Joe Dispenza shows us that it's not enough to think about wealth. You must feel as if it were already real. When you combine aligned thought and emotion, you create an electromagnetic field so strong that the universe has to respond. Think about it. When was the last time you dreamt of having a peaceful financial life and, at the same time, truly believed it was possible? How many times have your desires been instantly sabotaged by memories of late bills, debts, and hardships? It is in this space of contradiction that most people get stuck. They desire prosperity, but vibrate with worry. The result is predictable: more worries. Now, imagine the opposite. You close your eyes and feel the gratitude of already having received what you desire. Your body believes it, your heart races, your mind expands. This state creates coherence, and coherence creates attraction. It's at this point that money begins to arrive in ways you could never rationally predict. But be aware, this is not a one-day practice. It's not about visualizing once and hoping for something magical to happen. It's about training your mind to remain in this state until it becomes natural for you to vibrate with prosperity. The longer you sustain this frequency, the faster the reality around you reorganizes itself. And here's something almost no one talks about. Prosperity isn't about the money itself. Money is just the messenger. What truly matters is the internal state you maintain. When you vibrate scarcity, the universe shows you scarcity. When you vibrate abundance, it reorganizes itself to bring you concrete proof of that abundance. Unexpected money is just one of the signs that you've tuned into the right frequency. Now let me tell you something that might feel uncomfortable but needs to be said. Often, the financial pain you feel today is the result of inherited unconscious programming. Beliefs passed down from your family, phrases you heard as a child. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to suffer to make a living. The rich are greedy. These phrases seeped into your subconscious and became absolute truths. The problem is that as long as you continue to believe them, even unconsciously, you will never allow prosperity to flow. But there's good news. Every belief can be reprogrammed. Your brain is plastic, your mind is malleable, and the quantum field responds to the new signal you emit. Every time you choose to connect with the feeling of abundance, even if your external world says otherwise, you are breaking the pattern and creating a new pathway for unexpected money to enter. Let me ask you a question. Have you noticed how some people seem to attract opportunities with ease, while others are always chasing after them and never seem to get anywhere? This isn't luck. It's not a coincidence. It's frequency. People who live in abundance have already placed themselves in that state internally. They don't look to the external world for proof before they believe. They believe first. And because they believe, they create the proof. And here is a secret that can completely change your way of thinking. Money doesn't come to you because you need it. It comes because you are ready to receive it. As long as you vibrate with need, you are telling the universe that you don't have. And the universe, like a perfect mirror, reflects exactly that. When you vibrate completeness, gratitude, and confidence, you are saying, "I already have." And the universe, without resistance, responds by sending more. At this point, I want you to stop and ask yourself, How often do you look at your bank account and feel fear? How many times do you pay a bill with anger, with a sense of loss, as if you were becoming poorer? This is one of the biggest blocks. When you react this way, you are telling the universe, "I don't have enough." And guess what? It sends back more situations for you to continue not having enough. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine paying a bill with gratitude, acknowledging that money is circulating, that it goes out and comes back. Imagine opening your wallet and feeling love for every note, for every coin. This simple gesture changes your vibration, and that vibration changes the field. It seems small, but it's like planting an invisible seed that grows and suddenly begins to bear unexpected fruit. And I know you might be thinking, but what if I have nothing to be grateful for right now? That is precisely where the key lies. Gratitude isn't just for what you already have, but for what you know is coming. When you give thanks before you see it, you are demonstrating faith. And faith creates the path for it to manifest. That's why, throughout this video, I will guide you to enter this state. I want you to allow yourself to feel prosperity as if you were already living in it. Because when you can sustain that state, the unexpected starts to become natural. And speaking of going deeper, there is a special tool that can help you anchor this practice daily. I have prepared this material with great care so that you have something in your hands that will guide you in this process of reprogramming your mind for abundance. The link is in the first pinned comment. If you feel it's time to flip the switch in your life, click there and find out. Now, returning to our journey, I want you to understand something fundamental. Prosperity is not a future goal. It is a present state. When you frame prosperity as something that will happen one day, you always keep it at a distance. But when you decide that it is already here, now, inside of you, that's when everything begins to change. And here is the revelation that many ignore. Unexpected money doesn't appear because you ask for it. It appears because you become the version of yourself that already lives in abundance. It's like changing stations, changing your identity. You stop being the person who struggles to survive and become the person who naturally receives. And when that change happens within you, the external world has no choice but to reflect it. And you know what's most incredible? When you least expect it, that deposit will be there. Not because you obsessed over it, but because you aligned yourself. You will realize that what seemed impossible is starting to become part of your daily life. It is at that moment you understand it wasn't luck, it wasn't chance. It was proof that you activated the prosperity frequency. Perhaps now you are feeling something different inside you, a kind of clarity that wasn't there before. Because deep down, the biggest illusion you carried was believing that prosperity was outside of you, as if it were something that would come from a stroke of luck, an extraordinary event, or someone lending a hand. But the truth that changes everything is that prosperity was always there, dormant, waiting for you to remember who you truly are. This is the final revelation, the most powerful of all. The unexpected money you desire is not on the outside. It is just a reflection. It is the natural response of a quantum field that responds, without fail, to your frequency. When you activate the prosperity frequency, you are not just asking the universe to give you more. You are becoming the very field where abundance exists. You stop begging for prosperity and start being prosperity. And when you are, nothing can stop it from manifesting. The great trap for most people is always living in the future. They say, "When I have money, I will feel at peace." But the secret is the opposite. When you feel peace now, the money appears. Because the universe doesn't respond to the future, it responds to the present. If you vibrate scarcity in the present, the future is molded into scarcity. But if you vibrate abundance in the present, the future inevitably bows to you. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you wake up tomorrow with a feeling of lightness, as if there were no weight on your shoulders. You open your bank account, and there it is, a deposit you didn't expect. It doesn't matter if it's a lot or a little. It's the sign that the energy has started to move. You look at it and smile because you know. It's not a coincidence. It's a confirmation. It's the universe showing you that you've changed your frequency. Now feel what it would be like to live this way every day. Not just waiting for miracles, but knowing that you are the miracle. That every thought you sustain, every emotion you choose to nurture, is shaping the invisible field that materializes before your very eyes. When you understand this, life ceases to be a burden and becomes a flow. And here's something that needs to be engraved on your heart. Money is just one of the ways abundance manifests. The real treasure is the state of being you cultivate. Because once you learn to vibrate with prosperity, no matter the circumstances, you will always find open doors. It's like having a secret password that unlocks opportunities, encounters, solutions, and yes, unexpected deposits. This is the prosperity frequency. And the most incredible part is that it doesn't demand anything impossible from you. It doesn't ask you to fight, to wear yourself out, to prove something to anyone. It simply asks that you decide to believe, that you choose to hold within you the emotion of it already being done, even when your eyes can't see it yet. Because the quantum field doesn't wait for proof, it responds to your decision. Now tell me, are you ready to decide? Are you ready to leave the cycle of scarcity and become a living magnet for prosperity? If so, this is the moment to act. Not just to watch, but to practice, to get involved, to commit to your new reality. And if you feel that this message spoke directly to you, that every word was like a calling, then I want to invite you to go even further. I have prepared special content so you can deepen this experience even more, applying it to your daily life until it becomes second nature. The link is in the first pinned comment. Click now and take that step. This could be the turning point your financial life has been waiting for. But before we conclude, let me remind you of something essential. Nothing will change if you do not change within yourself. You can watch 1,000 videos, read 1,000 books, but if you don't allow this truth to descend from your intellect to your heart, everything will remain the same. The prosperity frequency is not activated with knowledge alone, but with practice. And the practice begins now. So, choose. Choose to feel abundance. Choose to be grateful even before you see it. Choose to live as if you were already wealthy, because wealth is not a number, it's a vibration. And when that vibration becomes yours, unexpected money will just be the natural consequence. Now it's up to you. If this message made sense, if it touched your heart, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notifications. That way, you won't miss any of the upcoming content that can expand your consciousness and your life even more. And remember, the link with the material that will help you anchor this practice is in the first pinned comment. Click and discover. Because in the end, prosperity isn't on its way. It's already here, and it's waiting for you to activate it.